So now, possibly the last presentation, we have Smash also, but Shripal Bhai is not there in India, so he's in US, but he's sent a video record of the same. So we'll possibly play it out after we close out with Deven. So Deven is the founder and CEO of Saffron Stays. This is pretty much our bet on this. Saffron Stays is a bet on pretty much holiday homes and being an Airbnb Plus model. I'm extremely enthused with what Saffron Stays can be. I think it's just start of the journey, so we will see how it really shapes up and so on, but there seems to be, it's something which we would have betted ourselves on. It's something which, as consumers, we start to feel the need. So, it's really about two things, right? It's about one, as a consumer, or anyone who's created some wealth in some form, the first form of wealth disposition happens by acquisition of a holiday home. Yeah, property seduces, so you end up buying one of the holiday homes, which is where Saffron comes in. We end up buying property, and then after a point in time, not really sweat that asset as hard, especially the holiday homes that we're talking about. So Saffron really plays that count. It's pretty much like using our balance sheet and using his P&L, so which I think is a smart model to be in. So I'll let Deven talk more about it. Just before that, maybe I should just share something which he's told me not to share, so I will share. Deven and Tejas have started this company. Tejas is Deven's wife, and Tejas has just been nominated and awarded amongst the top 5 businesswoman achievers award very, very shortly. They've been intimated, so.
You couldn't resist that.
Couldn't resist that.
Thank you. All right. Thank you very much for this opportunity, Nikhil. What I've learned from Nikhil and Nimisha and the team is that dream big, then multiply that by 10. And when he was showing me when I was showing all of us Akshay Kumar's video, I could picture myself, with that ball in hand. Karna kya hai? Bhagna hai. Yes. So what are we here for? So as correctly articulated by Nikhil, all of us come to a milestone in life where we buy a vacation home and then not know what to do with that vacation home because we get bored of it very soon. And here's an asset which you've built with so much love, passion, sweat, blood, and then you find it, go down, and that really hurts you as a homeowner. On the other hand, there are many smarter people probably out there who are younger, who are the achievers, who are achieving things in life. They're probably between 30, 35, 40. And they have come to a stage in life where they want to buy a vacation home, but looking at the market and looking at the mistakes done by the previous generation, they wonder, is that really a smart decision? So we as Saffron Stays are the perfect bridge between guys who are in their 40s who probably taken this decision and have a vacation home, and people who are in their 30s who are thinking of buying a vacation home, but don't find that decision to be a practical one. Okay? So who are we? That's me. That's with a little more hair. This is what happened to me after 6th Sense. Sorry, I couldn't resist that. I used to be a hacker. I used to be a cybersecurity practice leader of Ernst & Young. I turned 40, midlife crisis happened. I decided to quit my career, and I've bet my entire career on this venture of ours, which we have started between the two of us. Tejas, she's a banker, corporate banker, again, chartered accountant. Both of us are rank outsiders, and that's exactly why I feel we are like that Akshay Khanna. We have no clue how to play rugby. We have no clue how hospitality business runs, but we know exactly what our goal is, and we are out there to achieve that goal. Okay, so why are we here? We are here to upgrade the whole definition of luxury in hospitality. If you look at the hospitality industry in India, everybody is questioning what is luxury. And after deep research, after a lot of introspection, and speaking to our consumers, we found that all of us pretty much are done with 5 stars. Right? All our lives we've stayed in 5 stars, but we no longer have the urge or the need to impress our better halves by a stay in a 5-star. And guess what we found from our research? We found that all of us want to have an intimate space in which we can spend time with our loved ones. We want an intimate space where there's nobody else sharing that swimming pool with you, right? We want an intimate space where you don't have to go to a hotel lobby to meet your families which are probably in other rooms. And it's so embarrassing to have other people judge your own children when they're running around. This happened to us when we were in Europe, and every time we used to only book these farmhouses, we used to drive around Europe, and we used to find that why does this not exist in India? In fact, this idea was born 19 years ago when the two of us got married, and our father-in-law gifted us a guest house stay in Tata Tea's guest house called the Victory Dawn in Fort Kochi, and probably the most memorable stay that we ever had. And we thought at that time, and that's when the third child of ours, we have two children, Saffron stays with the third child, it was conceived then. 15 years later, we decided to actually execute that idea, and here we are, in front of you. Okay, so a lot of us want to own a vacation home. All of us think it's a milestone in our life, but after a little while, we realize too much capital gets locked. An average home in Alibag costs around 5 to 7 crores. That's an EMI of 5 to 7 lakhs. Every month you have to shell out a maintenance cost of at least 1 to 1.5 lakhs. And I'm sure there are many out here, and I want to talk to all of you who own these beautiful homes in Alibag and Olavla and everywhere. I will give you a nice, lovely rent. And I will help you monetize and sweat these assets, which are today probably just gathering dust or probably being used by caretaker, and hope not being misused by the caretaker. Okay, so boredom sets in, you're going to the same house, your children start saying, you know what, we're going to the same house again and again, let's go to some other house. So here we come. Okay, companies also have similar problems. There are guest houses on their balance sheets, and they want to sweat these assets. Companies used to have guest houses, if you remember, holiday homes. 10 years back, this was a very common concept. Standard Chartered, HDFC, all of the State Bank, everybody used to be having these holiday homes. Today, everybody has vacated that because it's expensive, either to have on balance sheet or even to rent and maintain. It's not your core business. So what if there were a solution, okay, to all these problems? What if there is a solution where somebody is unlocking homes, 65 plus options to you within 2 to 3 hours distance from Mumbai? What if somebody is constantly adding 7 to 8 or probably even 10 homes a month? What if somebody is saying that, look, none of the hassles that come along with owning a home will be accompanying this, the solution? What if there is dedicated caretaking staff to take care of all your requirements, your food, your housekeeping, everything is, the bathrooms are clean, your beds are nicely made as if it's a 5-star. What if your material creature comforts are being taken care of? What if it doesn't block your precious capital? What if it costs less than a month's maintenance? Yes, the solution exists. And what if some of those homes were like this? That's our first home, by the way. It's a 125-year-old house in Mathiran, which we restored. This house, a 350-year house, belonged to the father of Goa liberation in Goa. This is a 1761 Battle of Panipat type. That time the house was commissioned. So a lot of these houses which we have in our network, these are modern houses. Okay. Right? So here's a smarter alternative, okay? So we are coming up with a membership plan. Now what does this membership plan do? Membership plan, now you will say, is this like a Club Mahindra? Okay, and I know that is going through your mind. I know those ideas are going through my mind. Here's an option that is existing in front of you where I know to buy a vacation home, I tell you don't. How many nights will you use? 7 nights? You lose 14 nights? Just buy those from me, become a member of this club, and access these homes. And what's the cost? Less than 1.4 lakhs, which is nothing. According to me, it's less than the maintenance cost of a home in a month. So this product is being positioned, if you notice very carefully. Now, all of you must be doing calculations in your mind. 1.4, 20,000 per night. My God, that's expensive. Please note that you can book the entire bungalow, which means you can take 10 friends of yours. You can have lovely parties there. You can take your parents there. You can gift it to your parents. You can take have your son's birthday solution. You can have your dog's birthday there. You can celebrate your anniversaries there. So many things, or team offsites, team strategy, client strategies, client discussions, brainstorming sessions, your imagination, right? So our promise is, we're going to give you access to homes. Now, how does this solve problem for my homeowners? You know, even if some of you have homes, the thing that stops you from actually renting these homes is because you believe these are private spaces. You believe the wrong type of people will come to your house. This is actually a classic solution to that problem, because these members who are becoming members of Saffron Stays are actually looked at by us and screened and brought into the network, which means they have a lot more at stake within the product than a single person who comes, or probably a family or a group that comes, a group of friends in 20s wanted to trash your place and party at your place at your expense, right? These are families, these are people who want to use this home very differently, treat your home like your own home, and homeowners are more than willing to open up their homes. So we found some serious industrialists who are actually talking to us now and saying, you know what, why don't you monetize this home for us? And these become those marquee secret homes that we will give access to our members. We will give, now some of us came to our table there and said, you know what, we love your houses, but we never get availability. Every time I try calling you, Deven, you tell me it's booked out. I mean, that's a happy problem to have. But having said that, we're going to ensure that our members get early access. And all of us have last minute problems, right? Last minute we make plans. Last 3 days, nobody else but members can book. So over a period of time, we hope that non-member sales, open sales will shut down, and we'll pivot to a model where there's a closed community of people who are pure members who are sharing these homes as if these are homes. It's a classic alternative to buying an asset. So if you know, Zoomcar has come up with this idea of saying, why buy a car? You can subscribe a car. So we are saying, why buy a $1 million asset, lock up your capital? You can subscribe to an asset and pay as you use. You want 7 nights, you want 14 nights, take up in bunches. Gift it to your employees. If you're a small and medium enterprise, what better pleasure but to say, you know what, you've done extremely well this quarter, go and enjoy this house. What better to go and tell your distributors, great job done. For example, an asset management company wants to incentivize its channel partners to sell more mutual funds of their mutual fund. Gift it. Incentivize your distributors, incentivize your channels, incentivize your sales guys. Or for that matter, gift it to your parents. Your parents always wanted to have a vacation home. You are money rich, they are time rich, gift it to them. Right? So there are multiple ways in which the same product could be leveraged. Okay. Why become? Simple. 65 plus reasons to get away. Bond with your loved ones, celebrate every occasion in your private villa, entertain your friends, and so many things that you can even think of. Very simple product. If you notice, there's no rocket science in this. It's bridging the need between the guys who have a beautiful, private, lovely vacation home and people who don't, but still want to enjoy and have the same comforts, but are unwilling to compromise on service levels, on hospitality, and which is what we call as luxury of certainty. So there are two luxuries the hospitality industry looks at. Luxury of privacy, which is nobody else in the same home, and luxury of certainty. And certainty means the ACs will work, the pool filter will work. I don't have to go and cook there. I don't have to go and ensure that the bathrooms are clean. Everything works perfectly, exactly as. Imagine that problem is solved for you, which is the biggest barrier today for booking a vacation home, right? That's it, the opportunity we are chasing. We hope that in 2019 itself, from today's 60, 65 homes, in fact, when they invested, we were 35, 40 homes. We are already 60. By end of December, we'll be 90, 100, anywhere between that number. By next year, we should be at least 250 homes, which means more than 1,000 rooms. That's a milestone for us, because these are 1,000 rooms managed, serviced, staffed by Saffron Stays. And we hope to have more than 5,000 members who can say that they are Saffron Stays members. By 2020, we want to double this number to almost 500. Hopefully, we'll have an international footprint at that point of time. If you want a vacation in Bali, if you want to have a holiday in London, if you want to have a holiday in some of these exotic locations, hopefully we should have homes there. Some of our weekday occupancy can be taken care of when we have beautiful homes in Bangalore. Fly to Bangalore, stay in a house. Why do you want to stay in an apartment? Why do you want to stay in a hotel? Have a fully serviced house to yourself. That option exists. And we will be those individuals who will create that option. This option doesn't exist today as a solution in today's market. Hopefully we should have 15,000 members by then. Now, how do we rate limit? We ensure that for every member, there are 52 weeks. So we can't theoretically sell more than 52. We shouldn't be, otherwise we'll replicate some of the problems that our incumbents in this space are having, which is availability. So we are ensuring that there will be no more than 30 members or 35 members per home, and that's how the calculations work out. Okay, so if you own a vacation home, I'm here. I'll help you sweat the asset. I'll give you lovely monthly leases or monthly rents or monthly fixed amounts. In some cases, some kind of arrangements that we could innovatively think of. You will be proud of the fact that your houses will feature in Condé Nast Traveler, National Geographic, Mint Lounge. You can have a lovely drink in Otters Club or Wellington Club, and tell your friends, look, you know what, this house is mine. The pride, that's why you built the house, right? You built the house because you want to feel proud about it. This is what we'll get you. We'll get that attention that the house deserves and the love that the house deserves. And the right people will come and stay in it. So unlock, as I said, unlock the true potential of your prized possession, your private vacation home, partner with Saffron. Having said that, we launched today. As we spoke at 3:30, we went live. And I wanted that to happen today. We went live with the membership today. We've already pre-booked 10 memberships which have been sold. There's a Diwali offer which Nikhil will tell you about now. Yeah, so we are ensuring that if you bring 3 friends, we'll take GST off from your memberships. We want you to talk to 3 of your friends, so that'll help us get GST off. Okay. Member at Saffron Stays. If you want to see the website, saffronstays.com/member. It's live right now. I'm done. Any questions? Yes, sir.
Are your properties fully staffed?
Fully staffed, fully serviced, maintained, managed.
Towels and
Everything.
linens and everything all included?
Linen, towel, everything. You just go there, just yourself, and that's it, and enjoy and come back. Food taken care of. In some places, gourmet food taken care of. We're launching an experience center in Khopoli, and I would love to invite some of you here, and all of you actually there. It'll be a 40-acre land parcel. It'll be a real experience center that you can actually see what the power of living like Iron Man, Tony Stark's is. It's a Tony Stark's type of a house, where it's a 40-acre land parcel, private lake to yourself, forest there just behind you, horses which are free range there, water sports, adventure sports, all in one place. And only for your family for that period of time. Just imagine the power of this product.
I was looking through the catalog and you have about 10 to 15 guests, 20 guests. How big are these houses?
So these houses are anywhere between, so our largest house is 7 rooms. From 2 rooms, small boutique homes that people have built. In fact, one is a 1-bedroom house for a very intimate experience, to 6 to 7 bedrooms, on an average 4 bedrooms. These are private villas that you would have otherwise built for yourself. So estate could be 20 acres, 40 acres, 12 acres. That's a land appreciation that you're looking at. But you also want a lovely, nice cottage there. We typically tend to avoid gated complexes because that experience completely gets diluted. The privacy doesn't come through out there. Sorry. Yes, sir.
So for what percentage of the population can afford 1.4 lakhs vacation for 7 days? Or maybe a better question is, 40 billion is the international travel industry. What do you think the market is for India for private rooms total?
What do you think in terms of supply or in terms
of no, how many people can afford, or what is the total market in terms of affordability?
Yeah. So we believe
$1 billion
that,
or
Thank you. So we believe that the market is quite enormous, okay? Enormous market. If you look at even the product, it's 1.4 lakhs. And if you look at it, examine it very carefully, we allow even 4 friends to come together and book a subscription. So it's 4 members, 4 families, 4 friends. So like a Netflix, 4 people are sharing the account. And why are we allowing that at this stage? So that it goes viral. We believe very strongly. In fact, if you come even on the existing platform right now, in open sales, our average ticket size is 20 to 25,000. So the disposable income that exists. People spend upwards of 40,000 a night on a weekend to book a villa, which means 80,000 for 2 nights. Add a little more and you get 7 nights. And that proposition is turning out to be, so we're talking right now to our existing guests and all of them saying, this looks like a good deal, man. I get to spend 7 nights, and for 2 nights I spend 40K. I put, a little more money, and I get, a good deal. Having said that, in the future we'll come up with different packages. So for example, if you notice carefully, today it's a package of 4 weekdays and 3 weekends. Then we'll come up with a package of 5 weekdays and 2 weekends targeted at senior citizens, and marketed through channels like seniority.com, or wherever, okay? So we will come up with various products, various packages, put them in various buckets and sell them in, targeted at the specific target audiences.
So the market you're addressing could be as high as 5,000 crores?
Yeah, I would absolutely, $1 billion plus, yeah.
Okay, thank you.
Hi,
Yes.
my question is, how do you ensure in these houses, which are far and varied in the country, how do you ensure a consistency of quality?
Experience.
So, experience is now granted because the pictures, for example, in your brochure shows beautiful scenery, beautiful
Yes, yes.
sites, etc. So you take that for granted that it's going to be a special place.
Yes.
But then, are the pillows going to be the same as the pillows in Matheran? Are the towels? I'm just kind of thinking, if I had to ask my wife to go on one of these are the kind of questions that she would say.
Yes.
How do I know the towels aren't going to be smelling, or were the pillows in the cupboard for 2 weeks? And because it's a house.
Yes.
Now, when you go to a 5-star hotel or another, or
Yes.
even a serviced villa, as they call it, you have this concept that there's going to be, there's a consistency in the kind of
Yes.
quality of those kind of soft furnishings or those kind of things. Over here, firstly, you're in a lot of places where there's absolutely no infrastructure. So if you're in Mulshi, you're per force, drying your towels outside. It's not like a hotel where you've got a laundro operation going on with 5,000 towels a day. So that consistency of quality is going to be, and as you go up the ladder in price and customer, they get fussier and fussier and fussier. So you have to be able to have that promise too. So how, and that has to come across before your first stay, to be honest.
Absolutely.
Because it can't be, I'm going to be willing to try this. It has to be, this is what it is. So even from a point of view of that, I would have suggested in the brochure also to have literally pictures of what kind of towels you're going to be using, what kind of pillows you're going to be using, what kind. That is
Yes.
it becomes an important part, although it's not the main part of it, but
Sure.
it becomes a very important part for this kind of market.
Yeah. So in the last 2 years of our existence, where we've been running the business like a weekend getaway business, we've serviced over 30,000 guests. 30,000 human beings have actually stayed in all our homes in the last 2 years. And that has taught us a lot of stuff in the last 2 years, or 2.5 actually. First thing, we've looked at the market and we said, first thing that happens is when you choose a vacation home, it's got to be within 2 to 3 hours distance from Bombay. So you know what we did? And this also gets me operational efficiency, and I'll explain to you how. I take a city of Mumbai and I look at the 5 exit roads from Bombay. Bombay Ahmedabad, Bombay Nasik, Bombay Pune, Bombay Goa, and the sea route of Bombay Alibag. All I do is put a concentric circle of 2 hours and 3 hours, and I place my inventory as close as possible to the exit roads as to the roads. And I ensure that in a particular place, I get a cluster of 5 homes, 6 homes, 7 homes. And that allows me to have supervisors, audits, constant training. So we have a training center now in Ulve. So I get economies of scale. So if you notice these 65 homes, I said all of them mostly are around Bombay. And the idea is to get to 150 homes around Mumbai and Pune, because that gives me that ability, that industrial nature of actually being able to ensure that that pillow doesn't smell, that bathroom always smells lovely. And of course we use a lot of technology now. The caretakers are equipped with phones, and there are mobile apps in those phones where they every morning they go in a predetermined order and take pictures and send it at the back end. Our entire check-in process is done centrally. We have a concierge desk, so the front office has been taken into a call center, and right from day -2 for your meal preferences to your checkout, there is somebody who's constantly hand-holding you. You got to actually experience this to realize that we've industrialized something which was always told to us as non-scalable. People told us, ye to dhanda scalable nahi hai, but we find now 10 homes a month, we'll get to 15 homes a month. We've cracked the model. We know how to scale and maintaining quality and ensuring that the food is also impeccable. So sometimes everything else is forgiven, food has to be stellar. If the food, you crack the food, and there are tricks there, simple tricks. You get your children to go into the organic farms, pluck the vegetables. Guaranteed they'll say the food is superb, because that same food is made. There are tricks, right? So we follow all these tricks. Take your city vegetables, peas, carrots, cabbage, and tell the caretaker and the cook, ye chhod ke sab banana. Arey, tu kya banao? Look at jackfruit, look at mango, look at this. Now imagine when you go to a holiday like this, to a vacation home like this, and you get a jackfruit ka sabji, you would eat it and you would enjoy it because it's different. These are all small tricks that we use. And of course, there is industrial making your bed training, ensuring that, we work back with a global company called Johnson Diversey, and Diversey gives us R1, R2, R3. These are all hospitality chemicals that 5 stars use, environmental friendly chemicals, which are delivered to all my homes, and my caretakers even know how to shine that lovely, showers handle, how it should look spotlessly clean. They are trained. So you will get the same creature comforts and the same hygienic towels and the same experience in a home. Why would you want to buy your own home? Would you get this kind of an experience in your own home? Maybe not. So that's the problem that we're trying to solve. Sorry, but by asking that question, thank you. It gave me an opportunity to explain this. It's a big barrier in a lot of people's mind. All right, thank you.
Thanks, Devin. So one of the constant struggles that I have with Devin, we've talked about just launching the membership platform, and someone asked about what's the demand capability in this segment. He struggles to put a number. He put in 5,000. I'd be surprised if we don't hit 25,000. So hopefully, there's a long journey to go. I think we've got a fantastic product. I don't think we need to undersell. I'm sure people will appreciate that out at some stage. You've got a couple of few customers ready out here, so Lashat and so on will surely come. Then, come on. Can I request my team to come down? Everyone. So, come on. Martha. So this is really the team which has delivered whatever you see right now. Yeah. Yeah. Thanks. Come on. Center. Thank you.
Thanks, Devendra.
Yep. Thanks a lot.